Welcome everybody, my name is Missmazky, and for today I'll be doing a video of an outfit redesign for Emily from Corpse Bride. And oh boy, it has been quite a long time since I made a video. The main reason I haven't made a video in a while is because originally I was just gonna take a break from making videos to work on my short film, but since then things have been really busy and I ended up getting my first job and I just have very little time right now. So I'm gonna push my short film to a later date and I'm gonna try to put out videos every now and then. And since I wasn't working on my short film and it won't be out at the end of October, like I said, I figured I should give you guys something. So here we are doing this video. But as for the short film, I still have a few more scenes to animate, and then I gotta put all of those scenes together and add the sound effects and music and possible voiceover and all that. So I'm not quite sure when that'll be out. I mean, I doubt anybody really cares about that, but I apologize for anybody that did. But as for this video that I'm doing today, I decided to do Emily from Corpse Bride because one, I wanted to keep it kind of like a spooky and creepy theme since it's October and it's getting really close to Halloween. And for those who don't know, The Corpse Bride is actually like one of my favorite movies of all time. In fact, when I was like really young, like 5 or 6, I used to watch the movie like once or twice, like every single day for about a year, and it eventually got to the point where I remembered like almost all the lines from that movie. I mean, of course I don't remember them now, but at a time I did, and I still love the movie. And at that age I also really loved Emily's character, and today I still do. But at the time, since I was like 5 of course, and I had siblings, we would like pretend play, and I would make my brother like play Corpse Bride with me every day, and I would like teach him the lines, so I would like drag him into this whole movie that I really liked with me, and I tried to dress up like Emily every time I played, but I didn't obviously have any wigs or like any luxurious wedding dresses or anything like that. But I had like a blue box that I would put on my head, and I called that her hair. And I had like a lot of dress-up clothes at that age, and I had just like this white dress that looked like a sleeping gown from like way back then. And I called myself Corpse Bride. And my brother's name is actually Victor, so yeah. We would just act out the movie pretty much, and eventually he got bored most of the time and said no. But yeah, it was fun. Ooh, girl, and then like 5 years later, between the age like 5 and 6, and then eventually when I reached the age like 10 and 12, I kind of grew out of that whole extreme being obsessed with Tim Burton phase, although I'm kind of still in it now because I'm a huge fan of Tim Burton's movies and I love the art style and the dark themes and all that. I just really love his movies. But when I was like probably 11 or 12, I started getting into like makeup tutorials, and I found this YouTuber who did a really good job as transforming herself into Emily as Corpse Bride. So I tried to do that for a Halloween costume, and obviously I was not skilled at face painting or makeup because I was like 11 or 12, and at that age I had like that really cringy like bright blue eyeshadow and red lipstick that you got from like the drugstore that looked like it was straight out of like 2007. But anyway, I tried that and it looked awful, and I got a wig and it looked like a ball of yarn. I think it literally was made out of yarn. It was terrible. And I only like colored in, or painted in rather, like my whole face and like half my neck, and the rest of me was just like my plain old skin color, so that looks like really off with the costume. And I tried to like paint her eyes on my eyes, which is a big mistake. It's not how you make your eyes look big. I just looked like a really, really cringy panda that was like blue. It was really bad, and it was just, I cringed at the photo. But of course, at that age, I thought I was really good at makeup, and my mom wanted to be Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. So not only did I do my cringy makeup, I did her cringy makeup as well. And we both had crappy wigs made out of like yarn. So I'm sorry, Mom, that I dragged you into that, because obviously I wasn't that skilled, and I feel kind of bad about that now because I feel like I could do much, much better now, because, oh, you should have just seen the photos. No. And the part that, like, weirds me out the most is maybe it's just because a lot of people don't usually dress up as the Corpse Bride because it's not nearly as famous as Nightmare Before Christmas. But a lot of people asked to take pictures with me, and at the time I felt really special, but now I just feel bad for them because I was probably one of the worst cosplayers of Emily from Corpse Bride, like, ever. And yeah, I looked awful, and it was just, yeah, I think you get the point about that. But they also probably didn't want to criticize it too much because, again, I was like 11 or 12 and I was just out there having fun at like some concert event, and that's why we were all dressed up, because it was like some Halloween event where everybody dressed up. So yeah, I had a good time then, but I look back at it and it's just, yeah, let's never do that again, because it was one of those places where they also had like those little race car things you got in, like, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's called like go-karts or something. Anyways, that was impossible, like nearly impossible to get in and drive in because I had a very long wedding dress on, so that was terrible, and all the ashes or whatever that flew up from the road when I was going around the track like got in the blue face paint, which made it look even worse. So it was just like one big mess that whole night, and I don't understand how so many people liked my costume, because again, it was so bad. I think some creepy 20-year-old dude even tried to hit on me, even though I was like 12, so yeah, that was really creepy. Let's not talk about that. But again, it was at a concert, people were probably drinking, he was probably drunk, and nothing ended up happening, so it's whatever, and it was a long time ago, so I don't really care about that now. But enough of my stories, and I will talk about her design now. So as you can see, my style that I'm using doesn't look anything like Tim Burton's style. I really love Tim Burton's style, but obviously I can't like draw 3D clay models, and I just wanted to draw this in my semi-realistic style. But anyways, I kind of wanted to incorporate headwear into her design, since, you know, she wears a veil with flowers on it because she's a bride. She probably has a veil. So I gave her a white like floppy sun hat, and to kind of incorporate the flowers into that headwear, I put a blue rose on the sun hat, and then there's like a little like light purple bow that's attached to the rose, so I thought that looked nice with her design. Also, I should probably tell you, I have absolutely no idea how to draw a skeleton, so if anything is off, that is why. Like, I didn't look at any reference pictures. I was looking at the skeleton parts that were showing on the picture on the left and kind of trying to work with the pieces that I saw, and I was trying to kind of think of how things would go together, even though it probably, well, I know it doesn't work like that, but this is just how I'm gonna draw it because I did not look at skeletons or anything like that, and skeletons and bones and all that take a really, really long time to draw, and, well, at least for me anyway, and they are very difficult for me to draw. So yeah, that's probably why none of them look like they're supposed to, because I just worked with what I saw and tried to make it look the best I could. But I guess if I do any more Corpse Bride related fan art in the future, I will probably take my time and try to focus a bit more on the bones so it doesn't look like a bunch of Lego pieces that I tried to put together. Also, I decided to draw her in more of her happy and cheery personality because she's, in her character, she's actually she seems quite happy and cheery, and I really like that about her. So that's why she looks, a lot different than her more serious and creepier, I guess, version, which is on the left. So I just kind of wanted to work with her personality that I recognize most of the time anyway, and incorporate her personality with this redesign that I'm doing. Like, it's very, it's kind of difficult for me to explain her character. Like, most of her personality is very happy and cheery, and all she really wants to do is get married and, like, live out her life. But, I'm about to mention a few spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to hear them, then it's probably best you, like, turn down your volume or something. But at the same time, obviously she is dead because she tried to get married before she died, but she was murdered by somebody that she was trying to marry. So yeah, that kind of brings out some very creepy and serious parts of her personality. What I'm saying probably makes no sense at all, so I don't know, you should probably just ignore me. I'm trying my best to explain her. It's been a while since I made a video, so I kind of need to get back in the groove of, like, how to explain things and, like, talk about things. It's just, it's difficult. But point is, I really, really like her character. Also, I actually really liked, Victor and Emily together, and I really wanted to see them together, but it's kind of sweet that Emily, like, died for Victor in order for him to be with this girl Victoria, which he loved in the first place. And his proposal to Emily was actually by accident, and it happened after he, like, screwed up, like, some practice marriage for Victoria. So he, like, went out in the woods and, like, practiced all the vows or whatever, and he, like, put his ring on, like, a tree or a hand or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it turned out that actually was her hand, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, he ended up accidentally proposing to a corpse, and she, like, appeared out of the ground. So yeah, then she thought that he wanted to marry her, and then there was, like, all this crazy stuff going on, and she, like, took him to the underworld where all these other dead people were. It's crazy. I'm probably not making any sense because, again, I'm very bad at explaining things, but yeah, it's a good movie. You should really go watch it if you haven't. Also, I apologize if you can hear gunshots in the back. I live out in a more country type area, so there's a lot of people here that go hunting or do target practice or that kind of stuff, so I apologize about that. I promise I'm not getting murdered or there's some crazy crime happening outside right now. It's pretty normal around here. But anyways, back to her design. I tried to keep it looking very sweet and feminine, but at the same time very modern and casual. So I gave her a short white dress that is more puffy and loose fitting, but it's tightened around the waist with a brown belt, and I'm incorporating blue and purple flowers at the bottom of the dress to kind of incorporate the flowers that are already in her design. So yeah, I just thought that would look really nice and give some personality and more color into her design. And I gave her brown and white kind of chunky heels because I didn't want to give her, like, really fancy classy high heels. But yeah, I'm going to finish the shading and the creasing and the clothes and all the background and stuff, and then I'll be done. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you all next time.